Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this new technical webinar of the cycle Ceramics What's Next, organized by Ceramic World Web and Tecna Next, the digital platform created by the Italian exhibition group, organizers of Tecna, to keep in touch with exhibitors and visitors worldwide. I'm Paola Giacomini, editor of Ceramic World Review and Ceramic World Web. And before starting talking about today's topic of the webinar, let me introduce you to Angela Bellavista, product manager of Tecna from Rimini. Good morning, Angela. Welcome.
Good morning, Paola.
Thank you for joining us today. What's the new?
Good morning to everybody. I'm glad to welcome our guests and all participants at this webinar on behalf of Italian Exhibition Group, organized with the Association ACMAC of the Exhibition Tecna. We are very glad that the ceramic industry professionals have highly appreciated this virtual space and are following with great interest our webinars organized in collaboration with Ceramic World Web. The digital platform Tecna Next, with the presentation of your new context, innovation and products, is in fact a new way for our companies to interact with their customers in this period where it's not possible to meet face-to-face. The webinar of today will focus on smart intralogistics, the most recent and innovative intralogistic solutions developed to grant a more efficient management of both production flows and materials inside the most advanced ceramic factories. You will give more details in a few minutes. I would like to give a special thank to System Ceramics, SACMI and ETEC for participating in our webinar today and for presenting the solutions for smart intralogistics. I wish you all a pleasant session with us, and I give the floor again to Paola Giacomini, Director of Ceramic World Review, that will introduce all speakers of today's webinar. Thank you and goodbye to everybody.
Thank you, Angela. Yes, you're right. We are all very excited about the excellent results that we are achieving with this technical webinars organized which started in December, and up to now, today is our eighth webinar. Up to now, we have reached almost 4,000 professionals worldwide, both in Italy and abroad. Every live streaming event has reached hundreds of people connected. And further hundreds of people have viewed the webinars, which are uploaded and always available in our video page of the website ceramicworldweb.it, as well as on the YouTube page of Ceramic World Web and, of course, on Tecna Next. So 4,000 professionists reached with our technical webinars are a great number. And we are also very satisfied because with our webinars, most of our panelists were able to create new contacts with potential customers or have created new business relationships, which was the goal, of course, and remains the goal. So let's come to today's webinar. As Angela said, today we will focus on another very interesting topic, which is intralogistics. We will listen to talks given by Giancarlo Imponente from System Ceramics, Marcello Orsini from SACMI, and Bruno Bettelli from ITEC. And all of them will underline one single thing, which is how digitalization has brought rapid changes, and not only as far as production process is concerned, but also as far as all the intralogistics activity inside the ceramic factory. Today, there are examples of really smart factories, very advanced factories where digitalization is applied to all intralogistics activity, not only at the end of the factory, which is the warehouse, but starting from the raw material entrance up to the packaging and warehouse and finished product warehouse. We will listen to all of this from our panelists, which I also thank. So before starting introducing our first guest, our first speaker, let me remind you that you can write questions if you have for our panelists using the Q&A function of the Zoom platform, and our panelists will answer to you via email later today or tomorrow. So that your questions will be welcome. So let me introduce you to our first speaker today, who is Giancarlo Imponente, who is already connected with us from his System Ceramics headquarters in Fiorano. Welcome, Giancarlo. Thank you for joining us today.
Good morning. Good morning, Paola.
Well, Giancarlo will describe us today how the Prime software, you should know what the Prime software is up to now. It is a software developed by System Ceramics to manage the entire ceramic factories. Of course, as said before, to manage the entire factory means from the entrance of raw materials up to the end of the warehouse, the finished product warehouse. But today, Giancarlo will focus his speech at the end of the factory, so on the phases from the sorting and packaging line up to the warehouse of semi-finished or finished products. So, the floor is yours, Giancarlo. You can start.
Okay. So, good morning. Thanks, Paola, for the presentation. My intervention today is focused on showing you how the Prime product by System Ceramics is able to digitize logistic processes in a ceramic manufacturing context. I will start by introducing a macro Prime level, in particular, two modules of the software platform. Operation module, cut on the end of the production line, which is the last process line before the warehouse of the finished product, then move to the second module of the platform, called warehouse, for the management of all those activities and workflows specific to a finished product warehouse management. So what is Prime? Prime, I repeat, is a software platform, is the System Ceramics solution to digitalize the production context of a ceramic manufacturing, therefore benefiting from all the plus that this provides, as facilitates, drive the operator's decision-making, obtaining greater efficiency thanks to the process optimization, obtaining greater flexibility. How to provide digitally a point of view of the production context wider and more complete, and therefore easily understandable. Going more in detail, the main features of Prime are: the first element is the graphical interface, which is a very important aspect in a digital product because determines the level of clarity to the user of the context described. The use of 3D technology allows us in Prime to represent the real digital twin, consequently providing a point of view, a perception of the production status much wider and complete than what I can have if I am physically inside the factory, where perception is limited to what my eyes can see. Second element, Prime has integrated the communication protocols to speak directly with the machines. Communication that is bidirectional. Prime so is not only supervisor, but also manager, having the ability to send commands to the machines, so automating workflows and manual activities. Third point, the data acquired are not only used for the representation of the real time, but are also historicized and more and made for consultation through appropriate dashboard. Fourth element, Prime is designed, it is structured to be able to give from the analysis of the historical data in its possession, predictive information. Last point, Prime is totally integrated with the ERP management system. The main benefits of having Prime are: the first one, the integration with all process machines. With the ERP system, the automation of procedures allow to have with Prime the complete management of entire production plants. Second benefit, the Prime digital twin, the level, the accuracy of what is represented with Prime is a concrete help for the user to guide him to take the right and correct decision, because the user is more aware of the production status. Third, with Prime, we have less time waste and less human error. Fourth, through Prime, the production processes are more controlled, are more optimized and automated. So, the structure of Prime. As already said, the Prime is a software platform and is composed of different modules, each one with its own specificities. We have operation module for the production managing, means all those process lines to obtain the finished pallet. The warehouse module for the management of material warehouse. Material module for the management of needs. Planning for the management of production scheduling. Energy for the monitoring of the energy layer. Maintenance for the management of the maintenances. Costs for analysis of production costs. And the quality module for quality management. Okay, so now focus on operation module. Cut on the management of the end of the production line. Important because are present in this phase of the process, operations, activities, processing, propedeutics for the management of the warehouse of finished pallet. Like, for example, printing the label on the pallet card and the generation of the unit code of the pallet itself. So which are the main elements of Prime in the end of line management context? The first one, direct interfacing, not only with the machines that are in the line, but also with all those control devices. I mean, for example, with scanner for the identification of printed barcodes. Second element, management and the control of all the operational flow, inherent the printing of the label on the pallet and the life cycle of the pallet along the conveyors of the line. Third, interface with the automatic guide vehicles for optimized management of pallet parking. Fourth, management and consistency of the unit code of the pallet, the serial shipping container code. Very important data in the management of our house. Fifth element, the digital twin. So the representation of the real time of the processes. Sixth, representation of management of the production history. The benefit of having Prime as a manager of the end of the production line are automation of activities about label printing applied to the pallet, both for pallet ended automatically and manually by the operator. Second, you have the control of the correctness of the data. limiting so the reprocessing of movements that create, of course, inefficiency. Third, automatic export of the data, I mean of the processed pallet, on the ERP management system. Last one, I underline the concept that Prime's graphical interface is an effective help for the operator in resolving anomalies found, and therefore helping him in performing his activities, obtaining consequently greater production efficiency. What you are looking at is the integration in Prime of a packaging line. From the shop floor context, go to the line context, obtaining a display of the detail of the pallet present on the line, the list of evacuated daily pallets, diagnostic data like the status of low-level signals interchanged between Prime and the machines of the line. Continuing with the drill down from the line context, you enter in the station context, obtaining the display of the station data, the possibility to do operations specific to the station, how to send reprint commands or data editing for pallet deposited manually on the line. From real time, move to the historical section, displaying the list of processed pallet, the possibility of easily do adjustment operation on the movements, and the aggregation operation to obtain calculated statistic data in 0 time. Go now to the second module, the warehouse module, where, as for the operation module, are applied the same concept, the same very important concept, foundation of digitization. I mean 3D representation of real time, historical data, and workflow automation. So, what are the main elements of Prime in the management of warehouse? The first one, interfacing with ERP, two-way interfacing. So Prime is able to receive information from ERP, example, the list of the production order and the list of the shipping orders. And at the same time, Prime is able to send information to the ERP. Example, status of shipping order, status of production order, parking status. The second element. In case of finished products, Prime takes over the management of the entry of the production of the product to the warehouse. The entrance can be packaging line, like the one previously viewed, and or by entrance manual station. Third element, allocation of input product. Defining allocation policies for the positioning of the material in the warehouse according to its properties, such as item, format, classification, and for warehouse of finished product, rotation index, shipping priority, arriving to manage a single piece that is an essential requirement for a big size. Fourth element, control and management of stock in warehouse through its virtual representation in Prime. Fifth element, for warehouse of finished product, the management of outgoing product with the execution of the shipping order. Okay, the benefit that we have, so with Prime are, the first one, a computerized, therefore digital management of the system. The second, optimization of spaces, thanks to integrated material allocation logics. More efficiency in the management of shipping orders and production order. Complete traceability of shipping orders and production order. As already said, but because it is a basic feature of a digital product, Prime's graphical interface offers more visibility and more detailed of the context described, helping the user and therefore facilitating the user in their job. And last, have a single tool, a unique software platform that does both MES and VMS. It means have a single software interface, so greater efficiency in terms of operational flow control, data control, easy of use for the operators. As for the packaging line context seen before, in this video, it's shown Prime as a product stock manager product that can be semi-finished or finished product, with a representation of the parking, both table and graphics 3D. The clear view of the overview of the context described, in this case of the temporary parking of finished pallet, shows the use of Prime, giving the operators the opportunity to immediately understand the state of the art, and consequently to operate more easily and in safety in terms of what to do. In the second case, the management of an intensive warehouse of finished pallet is shown with the possibility to dimension in different type of product areas, considering of input product and the list of the production orders received by the ERP, then giving input to the automatic handling system for the performance of missions. Okay, I end the speech with the next video, where it is possible to see how in Prime it's possible to integrate any ceramics production context, new or already existing, in terms of single line, department, plant. Okay, my intervention is concluded. Thanks to TechnaNext and the Ceramic World Web for the invitation and the opportunity given. Thank you. Goodbye. The line now can back to Paola.
Thank you very much, Giancarlo. Very interesting presentation. Thank you very much, really. Giancarlo has introduced us to a very important concept we have all to keep in mind, the importance and the value of a warehouse, which is today obvious, but it was not up to some years ago. I mean that in a ceramic factories up to some years ago, before the entrance, the adoption of digital technologies, the warehouse of finished products was considered most like a cost. Today it's not, of course. Today in the warehouse we can create value. We don't forget that the warehouse is the last step connecting us to our market. So it's really the place where we can create value in terms of services, efficiency for our customers. So it's a department of our factory which have to consider with great attention. And thanks to these new technologies, now we can do it. In fact, let me introduce you now to our next panelist, the next speaker, who is Marcello Orsini from SACMI. Marcello will start his presentation describing the evolution of new production models, from the make to stock to the assembly to order production models. And doing that, he He will then describe two of the most recent innovations in terms of warehouses, digital 4.0 warehouses, for both semi-finished and finished products. And we are talking of big ceramic slabs. Marcello Orsini cannot be live with us today, but has recorded his video, his presentation for us yesterday. So I would invite to play the video.
Good morning, everyone. Today, we discuss intralogistics in new production models. That is, logistical flows of goods and materials within the company. We look at two specific SACMI developed warehouse solutions, with a focus on plants that produce slabs or semi-finished products used to make subsizes. In the first, products are arranged vertically on cantilever shelves and handled by an autonomous robot. In the second, the product is arranged horizontally on stackable self-supporting platforms that are handled by automatic vehicles. Highly automated SACMI production, logistic flow, and warehouse control systems make ceramic manufacturing akin to service industry, as the focus shifts to efficient flexibility for customers and markets. Make-to-stock MTS production models, until now used widely in tile manufacturing, require an intralogistic setup with the holding capacity in specific factory areas. This is to offset average efficiency differences across individual processes and shield companies from downtimes. While it provides a high-performance one-way production flow, this setup is nevertheless a rigid one. Ceramic making logistic has been revolutionized by the development of production plants for large slabs. Plants for both new products and semi-finished ones, from which subsizes or items like tables, furniture, and kitchen tops can be obtained. In short, products of varied thickness and finish. From manufacturer's viewpoint, this means many more products and sizes. Together with the smaller average lot size, it also generates a need for different stock management methods. Failure to adapt means producers risk an explosion in storage space requirements. Hence, new production models in which intralogistics plays a key role. This change generated new multi-directional combined logistic flow management needs. These needs range from semi-finished to finished products and include all intermediated manufacturing stages. SACMI and ceramics go hand in hand. So, as soon as the first sign of change in production logic appeared, we were the first to help customers make the transition. We learn from experience of other industries, quickly adapting them to the ceramic sector. The outcome of this huge effort was a new approach called Make-to-Stock Assembly to Order, or MTS-ATO for short. It separates the plant in two parts. The first operates according to a make-to-stock approach. The second, to an assembly-to-order logic. The link between the two is the warehouse, necessary to manage semi-finished products. It's important to note that the two phases can be carried out in separate facilities, with various make-to-stock operations supplying a single assembly-to-order plant. Production model like this can be set up with various systems. As mentioned, we look at two that SACMI currently supplies as automatic warehousing solution. In the first, we look at an automatic warehouse, patent pending, optimized for the vertical storage of slabs on cantilever shelves. No slab supports are needed here. Arranged opposite each other, the paired shelves are served by one or more articulated robots that travel along a central aisle. This clip illustrates an installation completed last September by one of our most innovative customers, Italian firm ABK. This is just one of several warehouse configurations, which we'll analyze in more detail later. Whatever the configuration, in this case a direct from kiln configuration, vertical slab storage meets many of the manufacturer's needs, namely careful product handling, product detentioning, optimized use of floor space and storage of many different products. Product care has two aspects: precise slab pick and place, thanks to a combination of suction cup gripper and slab position control systems, and logistic flows with fewer product handling tasks, with the slabs being moved one at a time. The warehouse can also be used as a temporary station for rapid cooling and detensioning, as it's possible to leave a small gap between slabs, usually on the lower, larger shelf. Once the necessary time has elapsed, the slabs are picked and placed on the conveyor belt for transfer to finish or pre-shipment picking. Lastly, managing slab without supports and arranging them vertically on cantilever arms, also called bays, optimizes floor space saturation and allow for a high number of individual products. Example, with the 1600 by 3200 by 6 mm slabs, a standard 6 meters high model with 3 bays per side give us a total of 1020 slabs and 6 different products, occupying an area of about 22 square meters. In other words, that's 5,222.4 square meters of slabs per module, or 237 square meters of slabs per square meters of warehouse. It's also possible to install, as in the case here, an innovative patent slab-by-slab strapping unit. With this system, slabs are placed on stackable stands that optimize on-ground storage, shipment, and picking during laying. As mentioned earlier, vertical slab storage can take on different configurations depending on plant requirements. What we have just seen is a direct from kiln solution that can be adopted as semi-finished product storage facility. It can be configured to pick and place ongoing slabs in crates or a stand, as seen previously, or use platform loading machine for subsequent processing stages. A second solution is an autonomous automatic warehouse for the storage of semi-finished or finished products. This solution has two possible setups, with each slab placed directly on the conveyor, as in the previous case, or with the entire supports, platform, or crates placed on the conveyor. The first requires machine to unload incoming platforms and load outgoing platforms, and provides flexibility when finishing batching are short and segmented. The second, instead, takes advantages of the absence of the support. Crate or platform loading and unloading machines, as these functions, are performed by the articulated warehouse robots. Finally, let's look at vertical slab storage configured as an automatic finished product warehouse that feeds picking operations. In this example, the LGVs carry the incoming monoproduct slab supports to where a loading machine places the individual slabs on the conveyor. The articulated robot places the product in the same bay using storage logic, such as calculation of best allocation, rotation index, product characteristics, or stock optimization in terms of closeness and defragmentation, etc. A second articulated robot, or even the same one or low capacity plants, manages finally picking. That is, receipts are used to pick individual products and place them in a pre-established order on the conveyor that then takes them to the finally picking area. An articulated or gantry robot then transfers them to make up single or multi-product crates or stands for final shipment as required. All this configuration allow for, as shown here, one or more warehouse line, depending on customer requirements. The plant can also be completed with the incoming and outgoing slab inspection units, labeling machines, interlayer seat insertion, inflatable air buffers, strapping units, and more. Let's now talk about the second system with the stacked self-supporting platforms handled by an automatic laser-guided vehicles. SACMI has installed dozens of such systems. This solution relies on the use of special iron platforms filled with tiles or slabs and raised by automatic loading machines. The platforms are moved by forklift LGVs. These are monoproduct platforms set down on the ground or on complementary shelving system that identify the specific product. Self-supporting monoproduct stacks can contain up to 7 platforms, which stand at 5 meters high. Platforms can also be inserted on shelves. The logic used to decide whether a freestanding or shelving model should be used focuses on reducing the system footprint and increasing the efficiency of handling routes. SACMI has enabling technologies that provide the customer support at every stage, mainly through correct configuration and sizing of the warehouse to match the production models. Here, digital models play an increasingly important role, as they allow for fast, accurate simulation of flows and stock management. Developed and sized together with the customer according to their needs, the solution offers advantages in terms of great storage capacity compared to standard non-stackable monoproduct ground platforms, flexibility, and plant engineering cost competitiveness. Compared to the traditional solution with the monoproduct platforms placed on the ground, these new platforms, despite being smaller, can be stacked 7 high to increase storage capacity per unit of floor space. Taking again the 1600 by 3200 by 6 millimeters slab as an example, we have with a standard 5 meters high module about 300 monoproduct slabs on an area of about 23 square meters. In other words, 1,536 square meters of slabs per module, or 67 square meters of slabs per square meters of warehouse. An approximate figure that can be improved by optimizing LGV routes. Furthermore, simplify the occupation of floor space linked exclusively to a redefinition of vehicle routes make this solution extremely flexible when it comes to defining the ideal footprint as productivity, product mix, and storage, and or picking logistic vary. Lastly, freeing up a service area undoubtedly improves plant engineering cost competitiveness, keeping CapEx low on account of automatic self-driving vehicles and tailor-made iron platforms. The overall SACMI approach is part of a wider plant engineering concept. And as mentioned at the start, operations are not sequential, but rather consist of combined cycles. SACMI offers a wide range of make-to-stock assembly to order production model solution, and optimal configuration is co-developed with the customer, sometimes by combining one or more solutions. In this approach to supply chain management, it's essential to see logistic flow control as a link that complements and completes the production management. It is in fact the only way to fully optimize processes and workflows. In the smart ceramic factory outlined here, production scheduling, orders, and logistics are coordinated, allowing automated storage and handling logic, and therefore a more efficient overall process. Tight integration of ERP, MES, and WMS will therefore be essential to achieve true digitalization of production. SACMI has made all this reality through its here plant supervisor. Now stand evolving towards complete digitalization of process from raw material receipts to finally product shipment. Here integrates every logistical process along the manufacturing chain. That's all for today. Thanks for joining us. And remember, our team is always at your disposal to answer any questions. Follow us at sacmi.com to stay updated on all the latest SACMI events and products.
Well, we thank Marcello for showing us these really innovative solutions for the warehouse of big ceramic slabs. I personally visited the first one described in the videos, which was installed in September 2020 here in the Sassuolo district at ABK company, and I can confirm it's really astonishing, something bringing us to the future directly. Well, let's move now with our next guest to another department of the factory. We move from the warehouse to the glazing and decoration line, where also smart logistics solutions can bring huge advantages in terms of efficiency and of the production process. Let me introduce you to our next guest, our next speaker, who is Bruno Bettelli, founder and CEO of the Italian company iTech, who will explain better how the digitalized technologies applied to iTech solutions can really bring advantages in terms of production flows, in terms of logistics of inks and glazes. So Bruno cannot be live with us this morning, but has recorded his presentation for us. So let's play the video.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's session. We are here today to talk about the future of logistics, and my speech will be about smart logistics of semi-finished products manufacturing process and relative internal transfers. I'm Bruno Bettelli, and I'm the founder, president, and CEO at iTech. For those who don't still know us, let me introduce ourselves. We are an Italian company based in Sassuolo, in the province of Modena, which has been present in the ceramic sector since 1996. What does our company do? iTech deals with production efficiency. iTech designs and realizes real customized solutions to guarantee customers to optimize and make the most of their production. So let me explain. We are specialized in the production of full and complete systems for the management of liquid products, such as glazes, engobes, and digital inks, Specifically, we realize integrated preparation and transferring systems. Our goal is therefore to offer the most innovative cutting-edge technologies to meet the real needs of the ceramic sector through a production efficiency of company processes and activities. In particular, the production processes of semi-finished products for glazing and decoration. All this from an Industry 4.0 perspective. All of our systems are in fact studied and tailored to the customer's structure and organization in order to integrate and interconnect with the existing factory system, transforming companies into real smart industries. For this reason, our customer target is targeted and sought after carefully selected from a broad market, because it must be aligned with our vision. It must be an innovative company, focused on the efficiency of its production transformation process, therefore oriented towards the integration of its process in order to improve the performance and strength of production. So what sets us apart? Why choose I-Tech? There are many aspects that make us unique. I just want to remind of the main ones. Know-how acquired in over 25 years of experience. Our company is made up of a team of extremely qualified experts present in the ceramic sector for several years and therefore fully aware of the entire production processes, activities, and company procedures. Second, experience is always accompanied by the search for innovation, thanks to updating and constant research and development of the best and most advanced technologies, investing up to 10% of sales turnover in research and development every year. For example, our software implement predictive models based on artificial neural networks useful in the creation of highly performing vision systems. All our systems are also equipped with a supervision software based on Microsoft technology, completely developed by IT engineers. Solid business foundation. This is intended not only on a financial level, but as a brand. I-Tech is now synonymous with innovation in the district. The company's reputation and brand image have now guaranteed in its positioning and reputation as a leading brand in the lean ceramic production sector. Our focus has now become the preparation and handling of liquid products, in particular glazes, inks, and engulfs, focusing directly on the lines on the fundamental final processes of glazing and ceramic decoration. So, this is why our SACMI was born, an integrated solution for the preparation and handling of glazes, digital inks, engulfs, lusters, glossy matte, sinking, and so other kind of raw material. I-Tech, therefore, acts on intralogistic processes. What does it mean? That we improve and optimize the activities and processes within the company that connect the various areas and production areas. We streamline the logistic flows between the various stages of production by generating the maximum amount of value for the customers with the minimum amount of waste. So how? I want to show you an example of I-Tech technology. I'll show you the video of what we call GOD, glaze on demand, and how it relates Intralogistics to the company area, from the preparation area directly to the glazing line. And now let me show you our solution about the digital inks transferring. Now, I think this makes now evident our goals. These solutions have numerous advantages for the company, for the environment, for operators, and so on. Through the implementation of integrated solution for the automated preparation of raw materials and the intralogistic handling of glazes and ceramic inks, iTech offers you a management of raw materials processing process of mills, semi-finished products, and glazing lines capable of providing industrial automation processes and constant interconnection and monitoring of company data and information. A total supervision of each activity with a notable increase in the level of automation, therefore, guarantees a drastic reduction of errors with consequent reduction of correction, use of raw materials, or further production phases. So, to summarize, we offer you a real consultancy service to transform the company into a real smart industry, able to manage and supervise its production in a perspective of Industry 4.0 through the implementation of production or their transformation into lean industry. Let's start with the consulting phase. Our sales departments follow the customer from the beginning to the end of sales process. The possibilities are analyzed through meetings and phases of study and planning. The objectives and priorities are then defined together with the client. And finally, the actual project is developed. The new solution is implemented, which often also involves changes in the procedures and the staff training. Our solution, as already mentioned, comply with Industry 4.0 and therefore meet various requirements. Automation of internal processes, automation, identification, traceability, and human-machine interaction solutions are essential to remain competitive in a constantly evolving manufacturing context. Communication between processes, automation, speeding up of processes, man-machine interaction become successful only and only if the correct communicative and or interactive automatism has been created between lines, between operators, between machines and operators, between company and suppliers. Monitoring, control, and total autonomy. By working in a rapidly changing market, success is achieved by adapting quickly to the various changes, demands of the market. For this reason, if we have to choose a new software for the management of production, end of line, warehouse, it is essential that they are able to give feedback in real time, able to give visibility and parameterized management of the various connected devices, and finally, able to make the operator independent in modifying parameters, creating new work layouts, and so on. A communication hub, it's necessary, and management and communication software between for all the devices present in the different areas, production, end of line, warehouse, and that communicates in real time with the ERP and or WMS management system and or CRM. All this contributes to transforming production and making it lean. So let's talk about lean manufacturing, generating the maximum amount of value for the customer with the minimum amount of waste. Is it fact the purpose of the company? What do we offer then? Integrated solution for the automated preparation and intralogistical handling of glazes and ceramic inks, capable of managing and supervising the phases of raw materials management, mill valorization process, semi-finished products preparation, glazing line, reporting. ATIC is able to revolutionize your production by providing you in real time with a detailed forecast of consumption, the final consumption by lot, an inventory on the work in progress and constant monitoring of the production performance of your glazes and gobes or digital inks in the glazing lines in order to cancel phenomena of overproduction, underproduction, excess inventory, unnecessary transport or handling and production losses. The next slide is about our MES solution. LIMES is our software solution for the lean industry manufacturing execution software. It's a MES SCADA software for the management and supervision of the entire production. This MES is composed by different modules. One is the transferring management module that control the fleet manager, the good manager, the manual manager, the PIM and filler manager, and the parking manager. There is another model for the performance, another one for the raw materials inventory module, and another one is to control the dosage, the dispensing. Another one is order management module. Another is for the maintenance model, and the last one is the drum washer module. All these modules are interconnected each other and provide us for bidirectional exchange with the various devices and line machinery, manage the entire plant and coordinates the machines of the various company areas. A systematic and punctual collection of data that is transformed into clear information to allow operators and managers to be able to make the right decision in ever faster times. As you can see, it is structured by modules in order to adapt to every need and every type of production. So, in these slides, we have reported some of our customers who have chosen I-Tech in the recent years. And I really wish to thank all of them. So, I thank you for your attention, and I leave you the reference if you have any questions or curiosity on the subject. Don't hesitate to contact us. Thank you again, and see you soon.
Well, we also thank Bruno Bettelli for his presentation and precious information too. Well, before saying hello to you, since we have come to the end of this webinar, let me give you just a couple of information. We will be back, of course, this afternoon at 2:30 p.m. with our Italian version of this same webinar, again with Giancarlo Imponente, Marcello Orsini, and Bruno Bettelli. So for those of you who wanted to watch the webinar also in Italian language, there is the possibility to do it this afternoon. While, since I see connected with us today, a lot of participants from China, Indonesia, India, Russia, and Asia in general, I remind all of them that they can invite their colleagues to watch again this webinar in English, which is available as from this afternoon at 4 p.m. Italian time on our web page, ceramicworldweb.it. It will be available whenever you want. You simply go to the video section of ceramicworldweb.it, where you can find all the previous webinars held since December, as well as this one. And they will be available forever. Well, our next webinar will be in 3 weeks' time, on 30th of June in Italian and the 1st of July in English. We will be back. We will keep you posted via newsletters, of course, as usual. We will be back with a new focus, a new technical webinars dedicated to the new raw materials for innovative ceramic surfaces and the new technologies for body preparation will be in the company of Colorobia and Desmal Glass as far as raw materials is concerned, and also SACMI and LB, Officine Meccaniche, as far as technology is concerned. There will also be further speakers from Breton and others that are registering for participating. So don't miss it. It will be one of the biggest webinars in this cycle. And then we will be back with new dates as from September. So there's nothing else to say, but I hope to see you all on July 1st or June 30 for the Italian one. And I wish you a pleasant day and goodbye. Thank you for staying with us this morning.